Okie dokie. Straight from Australia. Beautiful Macedon Ranges. I am today. Take a look at what's happening right now. You know, and I know that 2020 is going to be something that for the history books. You know, and I know that it's the end of the Kondratiev winter. You know, and I know that the markets and all the paper asset class are about to dramatically go down in price, but not in value. You know that. It's just how is it going to happen? Are they going to blame it on Trump? Are they going to blame it on climate change? Um, let's enjoy the show. So, I've seen a lot of people flipping out about the coronavirus, and the Chinese and Wall Street are already starting to blame the virus for the loss of GDP and basically the slowdown that the Chinese have been experiencing all of last year. So that's predictable. The thing that I thought was interesting was that some Indian guys, some Indian researchers that have found HIV bits and pieces into that virus, in that virus. It's not supposed to be there, by the way. So that's interesting because after Zero Edge talked about this, it took about less than 48 hours that Twitter banned them forever. So maybe there's something to that. Look it up. It's an opportunity as well. Maybe if you don't know what to sell right now, how to make money, well, I'm sure that would be, they must be selling like hotcakes, especially in this part of the world. City in East China launches Facemask lottery. I've been reading in other places though that they ramp up production. Oh, there's a picture that I had for you. Where did I put it? I'm gonna insert it like right here, right now. All right. Well, this is the kind of volume we're talking about here. As far as this virus is concerned, this is just the beginning. So I highly recommend you guys dose up on Colloidal Silver. But at the end of the day, this I think will be one of the reasons that will explain the crash, the recession, the depression, call it whatever you want. Me, I think it's gonna be a hyperinflation depression. Not ready for economic collapse. Only 41% of Americans have $1,000 to cover an emergency. This is an emergency and it's going to be lasting the next 3 years. And I'm basing that on a 250-year cycle of commodities that I will be talking later on. It's bringing a lot of attention and people are flipping out about that. And while this is happening, is it important? Yes, a lot of people are dying, a lot of people are suffering. Sorry about that, but this is really Japan panel recommend ocean release for contaminated Fukushima water. That's code for we want to do this real soon before the Olympics. So, by the way, all these things, all these articles, you can find the links in the description if you want to read them more. Don't have the time to read everything. Yeah. So, looks bad, huh? Well, let's find some solution. Okay, so you should get out of stock. I am out of stock. I am out of bonds. I don't even have a super, which is a 401k for our American friends, a pension fund. I'm my own pension fund. This is where I'm putting a lot of my money right now. Commodities, because look at this. While the stocks are all-time high, the commodities are basically all-time low. By the way, that's a chart of an index, Goldman index commodities versus Dow Jones. Huh? It's not in dollars. So, but basically, this is as cheap as you're going to find it in the next 10 years. It's very, very similar to what happened there, basically. Which was the last depression. Oh, look at that. That's interesting. Buy while it's cheap. Buy while it's on sale. So basically, we are in the middle, even though they've been printing money like crazy to make us believe that it was over. We are in the middle of a financial crisis. End of the US dollar as a world reserve currency. End of the Federal Reserve. End of the UN, USA as we know them. And in that kind of situation, there's a thing called the Exter. EXTER. Exter pyramid. And this is the most important thing today that I'd like to show you if you don't know it. So this works. This is the type of asset that you want to have in the case of a financial crisis. Gold being the most important asset, paper money, the second most important one. If you look at all these assets, basically they are diamond and gemstones here. See, that's interesting. They are ranked in terms of liquidity. In terms when you are already in the middle of a financial crisis and your wealth and your survival depends on it, you want to be liquid. And not all assets have this great quality liquidity. Gold is the king of asset as far as liquidity. It's universal. It's got a track record of thousands of years. It's still going to be worth something in 1,000 years if we are still on this little planet of ours. At the other hand, all these derivatives, these what, 2 or 3 quadrillion dollars worth of derivative they have now. These is what crapped out last time, and this is what is going to crap out this time too, and it brings everything else with it. Small businesses. If you have a small business and it's worth something that you could actually sell it, I recommend you sell it. I have small businesses, but it's not really worth anything. It's just cash flow. Real estate, very liquid. Diamond and gemstones, it's going to become more and more liquid as the other paper asset goes to shit. OTC stocks, commodities are going to become more interesting too. This are going to become they're very liquid right now, but when the system shut down, all of a sudden everything that is paper has a tendency to lose its value. I would put the diamonds there. I think they're gonna jump. I'm gonna go right here. Commodities that you can actually sell, hold. I think you're gonna go down the pyramid too. So yeah, if you don't know the chart, I suggest you read about it, that you study it, maybe rearrange your portfolio according to it. This is why you're gonna see more and more of this kind of deals happening. For instance, the Chinese and the Russians have been doing deals all in exchange of technology, bypassing US dollars and even bypassing currencies. Because, let's be honest, who wants to accumulate yuan, the Chinese currency, and the yen and the ruble, right? Well, this is what's happening. That you're going to see more and more. You're going to see that popping. Russian oil firm could sign fuel for diamonds deal with this African nation, which is, you guessed it, Zimbabwe. Yeah, that's the thing that you should never forget. Economics, it's about people. It's about people doing business with each other. And even if assets go to zero, even if paper assets that people have, bankers have dreamed up, lose their value, even if their confidence is shaken, even if currencies go to zero, at the end of the day, there's still people that need to do business with each other, and the economy is always going to be there. All right. Catch you later. Bye bye.